guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. We are looking at your general life during the week, your love life and also your career. Sit back, relax and enjoy your reading. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. We're doing Monday the 8th through to Sunday the 14th of February 2021. I wanted to show you the cards, the decks that we're using this week. So for the general message this week, we are using the Cosmic Cycles Tarot. For your career message this week via the tarot, we're using the Collider Dope Tarot deck, Colour plus Culture. This is phenomenal. It's done by Crystal Banner, as you can see. It's beautiful. I really enjoy working with this. I've only actually had this deck about a week. I've yet to kind of do a review on the channel. But it's really good. You'll see what I mean when you see the cards that come out. It's just a really exciting and fresh deck, so it's really good. Using that, and we're also using for the love reading this week, your love message for this week, the Modern Love Tarot by Exploring the Many Facets of Love by Ethne. She's a YouTuber and she creates some of the most loveliest oracle and tarot decks you'll ever see. So we're going to use this one for the love reading, and this is expressly a love reading deck, so yeah. Spiritual message this week, guys, we have the Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn, illustrated by Shauna Alexander. So yeah, these are the decks we have this week. Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading Monday the 8th through to February the 14th 2021. These cards here are your Tea Leaf Fortune cards for the week, which we're going to do the spiritual reading. I usually shuffle from each of the piles and take one card off the top, so it makes 3 cards for the weekly advice. Right, let's have a look then at what the general messages are for you this week. So the Ace of Swords, new ideas, putting new ideas into action. It's really interesting on this version. This is the Cosmic Cycles deck, but all that catches my eye kind of thing is this child with this kite, and it's almost like she's allowing her ideas to fly. That's what comes to me with this card. It's almost like setting the ideas free, like you would with a kite, you know, allowing it just to fly. It feels to me like there's something about ideas. This can also be truth and clarity, though, is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords can also be a cutting tool. So this can be cutting something away or cutting away from something. The Knight of Pentacles. I do apologise. So the Knight of Pentacles, a card about hard work and a card about focus and education with the Knight of Coins energy. But it's also the card about ideas. And it just feels like it's saying, if I did a play on words with this in a way, Virgo, something about, and actually that's you, isn't it? The Knight of Pentacles showing here. I don't know really why on this deck they drew the Knight of Pentacles as a basketball player, but there's something about strategy that comes along with this card as well. And it's an interesting one with the Knight of Coins. I mean, if I were to go with the way that it's been drawn, which I often go with the imagery on cards anyway, if it could be something about a strategical move with the Knight of Coins energy, because he's got to, I don't know much about basketball, but I think with any sport, whether it's basketball, football, which we have in the UK, anything like that at all, in terms of winning, you have to have a strategy and how you're going to do that. And obviously this guy's got to have a strategy on how he's going to get through these opponents so he can hit the goal. But also this is ideas, and ideas that are built up over a period of time with that Knight of Coins energy showing there. The Ten of Pentacles. So I just feel that ideas that have been built up over a period of time, Virgo, I feel, and that you have studiously and diligently with the Knight of Coins built up over a period of time. I see with the Ten of Pentacles are going to bring material wealth, are going to bring material success with the Ten of Pentacles energy, because if the Knight of Coins is the builder of the tarot, whatever he's building with that 10 should bring material success. Sometimes the Knight of Coins and the Ten of Pentacles can be buying a home as well, putting a down payment on a home, that type of thing. You've got all Pentacle cards here. So Page of Pentacles is learning a skill. Interesting cards this week for the message. Do you know what I get from this? I often read the Fool as, in a way, the foolhardy card. Yeah, it is a card about new beginnings and taking risks and things like that. But it feels to me, we've got two, let's break down the cards. We've got two very young energies here. We've got a Page of Pentacles and we've got a Fool card. That's what stands out to me. Now, the Page of Pentacles is just learning a skill. It's just learning how to do something. That's what the Page of Pentacles does, because he's often seen as the student in the tarot. So he's just learning a craft, or he or she's learning a skill. Yeah, we've got the shopping bags and stuff, which can allude to, purchases and payments and things like that. But this, to me, as well, is the card of somebody who's learning something. Learning something that's fundamental. But then we have the Fool card, which the Fool is kind of running free, if you see here. Now, here you've got the little sign that says, watch where you're going because you're going to slip. But the problem is the Fool isn't watching where they're going. So it's almost like there's a sense of running with something here that you're not yet experienced in, if that makes any sense. Because the Page is just learning something. But it feels like the Fool is just taking off with this idea. Okay. There may also be something about physical desire to, leap into the unknown here. Okay. And it may be as well, because the Page of Coins also refers to the idea of physical desires, which is what the Page of Pentacles is. He's young and he's got a desire for the physical, whether that be sex, whether that be, travel, whether that be to experience something new. There is physical desire with that page. There's an interest with the Page of Coins energy. And I feel that, actually, thinking about it, the word interest really kind of strikes me in the reading so far. I think the message, in a way, Virgo, is that for some of you guys, there is a physical interest with this Page of Coins energy, just to go out there and explore the unknown. Okay? But I feel that ideas need to be built over a period of time if you're going to see this come to, if this is going to materialise in a successful way. So it almost feels to me, when I look at these cards, if we use the word interest with that Page of Coins, a physical interest in perhaps just, experiencing something new. The only problem with the Fool is she's running so fast to catch her plane, she's not seeing the warning signs. So in a way, when I look at this particular Fool, usually what you see is a Fool jumping off a mountaintop or off a cliff edge. He's jumping into the unknown, bag on back, not really worried about anything, carrying very little luggage or very little baggage around with the Fool. And this Fool, she's kind of doing the same. She's got a little suitcase here, she's got a flower in her hand. But the dog, usually the dog would be the warning sign here. Instead, it's just a warning sign. So she's going to trip if she doesn't watch what she's doing. So there's a sense for me when I look at this reading about, Virgo, you're doing something, but you're not really looking where you're going. Okay, there's an interest, there's a physical desire. This could be a new skill or a new job or a new thing that you're developing. And with the Fool energy, you're just taking a leap. You're just doing it. You're just jumping. It just feels like you're running before you can even walk with those two cards there. And I think that the advice, the message for the week is that this idea, this isn't an idea that you can just plummet into. This isn't something that you can just jump into like that. This is an idea that needs to be developed and worked on with the Knight of Coins energy and researched. Because Virgo, you are, for me, the researchers in the tarot. You like to look into things in detail. But I think if you want to experience material success from this with the Ten of Coins energy, then the idea of the Ace of Swords really needs your attention. It needs to be developed in a proper way. You need to develop it in a... you need to have a routine, and you need to, with the Knight of Coins energy, have a system. Okay, now if you look at what he's doing, he's got a strategy. So really we're feeding back into that word strategy again with the Knight of Pentacles, and we're saying, well, okay, so message for the week for Virgo: Virgo's got this Ace of Swords. They've got a new idea here, but they've got to build a strategy on how they're going to bring this to, how they're going to do this, how they're going to action this before they can experience the material success. Some of you guys, I think, with this Page of Coins energy, you're just kind of starting out on this. You're just starting to maybe even just develop your skills in that Ace of Swords area. You don't really know what you're doing with this. But I feel that with the Page of Coins being the interest card and being the development card showing here in terms of a skill or in terms of an idea or a dream, whatever it is, with the Fool, I just get the impression you may just be running before you can walk with this. And if you're not careful, you're going to make a mistake. So I think that the message for the week is it's fine to have an idea. It's fine to have a new plan of action. It's fine to have a new project or something new that you want to develop. That's all very good and well, and that, you know, and if the end goal is to have the material success from that, that's fantastic. But you can't run before you can walk, okay, which is what some of you guys may be doing, because it may be that you're going to make a mistake. She's not looking where she's going. She's going to trip. There's a warning sign and she's not taking heed to it. So I think that this week the message is take heed to the warning. Whatever this idea, if it resonates with you, Virgo, whatever this idea is that you hold here, it needs to have a strategy formed around it with this Knight of Pentacles. You need to develop it in the right way. You need to move slowly with it. You need to make sure that you know all the facts, all the figures, you've got all the knowledge. You need to know that you are learning, that you are looking at the literature, the information. You're getting every bit of truth that you can possibly get, so that you can build this to fruition, so that you can build this idea in a very successful way, and so that you can actually get the material wealth that you are hoping for through this particular project. But if you start running before, these are two very early cards. Page of Coins doesn't really know anything. Page of Coins is just learning, and the Fool knows even less. So how do you expect to gain this if you don't do the work? The Knight of Coins puts the work in. The Page of Coins is just learning. So if we broke down the cards, the Page of Coins is just learning. The Fool just wants to jump. So the Fool, if you're learning something with the Page of Coins and you're just going to jump in, there's no process from that page to the Fool. You're just taking a leap of faith on a desire, on an idea, but there's no work that's being put in between the both cards, because they're both kind of very young, very inexperienced cards. So you need the knowledge of the Knight of Coins, and you are the Knight of Coins. So in order to bring this to fruition successfully, Ten of Coins, in order to experience, to accumulate material success and wealth out of whatever this idea is, this idea really does need development, and it needs to be developed over a course of time. This isn't something that you can go through overnight. And I think that really, if it's a get-rich-quick scheme, forget it. Whatever this is that you want to make money out of, possibly with the Ten of Coins energy, needs to be developed over a period of time. It can't be developed overnight, or else it's going to fail and you'll make a mistake. Let's have a look at the career. So the Ace of Swords is often in a career reading. This is somebody who feels limited, who feels trapped, who feels a sense of powerlessness with the Eight of Swords energy showing there. A Queen of Cups. Some of you guys are feeling powerless against an individual here, I think, Virgo, because the Queen of Cups isn't you. This is somebody else. So I just feel that there's a sense of feeling powerless for some of you guys, or you're feeling maybe that your options or your opportunities are limited by an individual, perhaps, here with this Queen of Cups showing here. There's two queens. Okay. I'm getting a couple of people now. If we have two queens in a reading, if we have 3 or 4, we've got genuine help from, you know, it's a nurturing thing. When you get multiple queens, it's nurturing. So you've got this really beautiful kind of feminine energy around you that wants to just help advance you and nurture you. When you get a couple of queens, I don't know if we've got any more queens, but when you've got a couple of queens, it's not a surprise that they would hinder you in your quest for advancement in career. And I do feel that some of you guys have been feeling hindered by a couple of people here in terms of your career. Oh no, Empress, sorry. Yeah, I think that you're feeling hindered. I think that you want to, with the Empress energy, the Empress is all about nurturing. Okay, so this is nurturing something creative. But if you look at, can you see what's happening? The Queen of Swords has her sword out to this lady. It's actually against the belly. It's almost like this person wants to take something from you. It's almost like this is what, I think, Virgo, that this Empress is you. I think that you've been growing and nurturing something here in terms of your career. But I feel that you are not being able to show this with the Eight of Swords energy, because there are people that want to take this from you. There are people that want to take your glory. They want to make sure that you're not recognised. They want to take what you've created for their own. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something about plagiarism here from others. Yeah, Ace of Swords is reversed. They want to cut this out of you. They want to cut it, because the Ace of Swords in the reverse is a card about lying. It's a card about treachery. It's a card about cutting things away. It's a tool for cutting when it's in the down. When it's in the reverse, you're cutting something. It's like a knife. It's like a surgical knife. And it's like you were doing a cesarean. It's like the pregnant woman is going through a cesarean rather than a natural birth. So instead of allowing you to bring forth the idea, they want to cut it out of you. They want to take, in other words, I just feel with the Queen of Swords with her sword facing in underbelly, and with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the cutting tool, like a cesarean type of thing. I think in terms of work, some of you guys are feeling really powerless against a couple of people here. And I think that what these people want to do is they want to take your shine. That's what I think they want to do. I think you've got a couple of people around you who want to take your shine. They don't want you to naturally bring forth your creativity. They don't want you to do that, because they recognise that if you do that, it puts them in the shadow. So what they want to do is they want to take it away from you. I think the swords facing an underbelly is literally the surgical motion. So it's like literally doing babies are usually born vaginally, right? But if you have a cesarean, they're born via the sword, by the surgical knife being cut out. So really, these people just want to take what you are birthing, what you are creating, before you're ready to give birth to it, because they want to claim it as their own. And I'm going to ask what you should do about this, Virgo. What is the message? What do you need to do about this? What should Virgo do about this? What should Virgo do about this? What should Virgo do about this? In 2 cards. The Moon. I think you should ask for some guidance personally. Because the Moon cards, yes, it is quiet and it is secret, but it's also guidance. So I think that you really need to call out for some guidance here. The Four of Swords energy. Perhaps you need to get some guidance on how you solve this situation. The Four of Swords is to solve. I wouldn't say to do nothing, because whatever this is that they're trying to take from you is yours. You nurtured it. In fact, the concept was yours because you conceived it. It's your baby. This is your baby, Virgo. And you've got people, these 2 people here, or whoever they are, trying to, with the Ace of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords, they're trying to, look, can you see how the sword is facing in underbelly? Wants to cut it out, wants to cut the baby out, wants to cut what you've created. And that Ace of Swords being cutting tool when it's reversed. They're wanting to cut this out. They want to take something away from you that you've created. I think that you need to, with this Moon card, really ask for some form of guidance on how you resolve this situation, or maybe how you are able to withdraw or move away from this people, because the Four of Swords can also be to withdraw. I'm going to say, actually, it's not. I don't think there's anything you can solve with these people. I really don't. I think more than anything, I mean, whatever it is that you've given birth, whatever it is that you've been nurturing inside of yourself, Virgo, is yours. This is your baby in this career. This is your baby. This is what you've nurtured. This is what you've created. This is what you've conceived. This is yours. But there are some cheeky people around you wanting to claim this for their own. They want to take away what you have created and claim it as if they've done it. There's a lie here going on, the Ace of Swords reversed. There's a lot of dishonesty around you here, and I think that you need to scream out for guidance. Perhaps you need to ask for how you can. I'm wondering if the Four of Swords is prayer as well. It looks like prayer, doesn't it? Perhaps there is a need to pray for some form of healing in the matter with the Four of Swords and the Star. I think, you know what, I don't even think that this is a person that you need to ask. I think this is spirit. I think this is God. these are very spiritual cards together, the Four of Swords, the Moon and the Star. They're very, very spiritual. And if you look at what this guy's doing on the Four of Swords, he's praying. If you look at what the Moon is doing, it's connecting to a higher spirit, a higher source, and the Star is healing. So I think that really what you need to do is you need to pray. You need to ask Spirit for guidance and healing in the matter. Okay? And the healing in the matter will come in whatever way it comes. But these people cannot be allowed to take something that you have created in the workplace. They won't allow you to shine. I think a lot of it is to do with jealousy personally, if I'm thinking about it. Okay, let's finally have a look at what your love reading is saying for the week. Right, so the Two of Swords, I'm seeing just some conflict between you and another individual here. I love this Two of Swords card. You can see here on this card, the two people are back to back. They're not really communicating. So there may be a lack of communication between the both of you, between you and another individual here. Yeah, I'm just getting a lack of communication. One of you being pushed out of the relationship with the Five of Coins energy showing there. Oh, I'm sorry, darlings, but a lot of stress going on here with the Nine of Wands. An awful lot of stress. Oh, what the hell? Oh my goodness, what are these cards? Feeling trapped. Feeling stressed out and trapped with the Eight of Swords. It's almost like some of you guys are just letting this ride. I don't think that this is going to change with that wheel. It feels more, I don't want to explain it like that. It feels like, because the Wheel of Fortune is the inevitable. It's destiny. It's what's going to happen whether you like it or not. But sometimes we control things from happening. Sometimes when something looks like it's going to go in a certain way, we can control it. But I feel with the Eight of Swords energy that there is a sense of feeling powerless to control that wheel from turning. The inevitability of whatever is happening here in this relationship. And I think here, in a way, Virgo, that... and I'm going to get some advice in a minute as well on what you should do about that. But I just feel that there's a lack of communication in terms of love. One of you is feeling out in the cold. There's a lot of stress here. Feeling trapped perhaps here with the Eight of Swords, or a sense of frustration. I think this is more feeling trapped. And also feeling a sense of powerlessness against the change, the ever changing cycles in this relationship, or to control that wheel. So I'm just going to ask what you should do. What should Virgo do in terms of this situation? What should they do in terms of this situation in two cards? Right, the Seven of Cups is confusion, it's dreams, but it's making a choice. Queen of Swords. I think that you need to make a choice here. Perhaps for some of you guys, you're going to have to just cut yourself off from an individual here. Perhaps if you're married, it's divorce. But the Queen of Swords would literally be cutting oneself off. I don't believe it's communicating, because I think that you've already tried that. It could be communication, because Queen of Swords does communicate or speak openly and honestly. But often in a love reading, this can be somebody who's just cutting herself off. So perhaps you need to look at your options with the Seven of Cups energy. Perhaps one of those options involves cutting off, leaving the relationship, cutting yourself free. Okay? Let's get the readings all over again. Let's quickly recap what we've seen, and then we're going to get the spiritual advice for Virgo. Okay? So, Virgo. Let's have a look here. For the general message for the week, some of you guys have this wonderful idea that you want to bring to fruition. And from that idea, I believe that you want to make a lot of money. You want material success, material wealth. And I feel that some of you guys, with this Page of Coins energy, it might be something that you're making an investment on. Maybe you're not looking at what's going on around the investment, but maybe something you're investing in. But I get the impression that this idea that you want to make this financial, material wealth and material success from, I feel that you have very little experience in that. And I feel that some of you guys with this Page of Coins energy are just learning the skill around how to do this, and you're kind of just with the full energy running with it. Okay, you're expecting that if you can just put something out there, run with it, it's going to bring this. But I don't think it is. Because I think that with the lack of experience in that page and the need to learn more, okay, requires more than just doing the Fool. Because the Fool is just running. He's running, she's running. And she doesn't see the warning signs. Okay. For some of you guys, if it's investing in something, it would be a foolish thing to do with the Fool card. So if the Page of Coins meaning investment is, well, paying money into something, if it involves paying money into something, it would be a foolish thing to do. Because you don't have the experience of this thing. So I just feel that the universe is saying, look, if you've got an idea, the best thing to do is to build on that idea, to build it, to learn more with the Knight of Coins energy, to behave and act in a diligent and sensible way, in a responsible way with the Knight of Coins energy. But also to, in order to build upon whatever this idea is, one needs to use strategy in order to bring material success. Because I think with the Page of Coins energy, just taking a gamble, and if you look at what she's doing as well with the coin, she's flicking it like she's doing heads or tails. So just taking a gamble on it and going for it straight away, I think would be a big mistake with the Fool energy. So I just feel that if you've got something that you really want to do and you really feel that could make a lot of money, it's probably best just to take that extra time to really look into this thing and to really kind of plan it, which is what the Knight of Coins as well is. It is to plan it and to kind of just get the lay of the land on it, rather than rushing through with it, because you're thinking, if I rush it, I'll make a buck now. You'll more than likely lose a buck, you know. So the best thing to do is just to plan for success, because if you plan this right, you will have success going forward. In terms of work, I've got a couple of people around you. I've got contention in the workplace with those two queens. There's no supportive energy here. Some of you guys are feeling really hindered here. There's a couple of people here, or it could be more, who are trying to take away something that you've created and claim it for their own. They're trying to cut the baby out of the belly. Queen of Swords, sword facing and on belly, Ace of Swords reversed. They're trying to cut your baby out. They're trying to take what you've created for their own. The best thing that you can do, I think, is pray for guidance and pray for healing in the matter. It may be that you've already been to, you know, a boss or your team leader or whatever and said something, and it just feels like nothing that you can do in terms of the physical realms will work. So now it's time to turn to God or source or whatever you want to call the person you believe in and ask for some spiritual guidance and healing. Finally, in terms of love, I just see a lack of communication between you and another individual, and one of you is feeling out in the cold. Five of Coins energy showing here, possibly you, because it's the coin card. A lot of stress here, feeling trapped and powerless. Some of you guys feeling powerless with the Wheel of Fortune to change your own fortunes in this matter. I think, in essence, the universe is saying that what needs to be done here is you need to look at what your options are. Maybe one of those options is to just completely cancel this relationship altogether, especially if you just cut yourself off from it. Right, let's get the spiritual readings out. Universe Spirit, what's the spiritual message number 1, please, for Virgo? And spiritual message number 2. Spiritual message number 3 for the week. Okay, spiritual message number 1, grasshopper. So, situations in the balance that require careful handling. So there are situations, I believe, Virgo, that hang in the balance. So it really does require some careful handling of those things from you. Lion, it's time now to act. And ear, there's some good news coming. Okay, that's your reading, guys, for the week. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you like your own private reading, click on the link in the comments section below. Have a great week, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.